Peace. Damn. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. The rate at which we're vibing. We're not going too far in the future. We're not going too far in the past. Right now, kind of laughing because honestly, like I kind of pressed the record button to kind of see if the position of the camera was right, and I really wasn't ready to do the video. I'm like, you know what, bam, just do it. See, bro, just, you know, on the fly, man. Y'all seeing the inner workings in the midst of it. But I want to speak on, and my video is about to get more like my older videos in cases where I'm gonna have information of different things in one video. A video might be titled one thing, but it's gonna have some other layers mixed in there. Because as above, so below, that's how we never learned on a linear, like, all right, we're gonna learn just about math today. Hey, we're just gonna learn just about science today. We're gonna learn just about, nah, with the allegories of our ancient scriptures and ancient texts and things of this nature, it was all, I don't know why I got these headphones on still. It was all, you was learning your math, your science, your astrology, all these things all at once in essence, like, and it wasn't just no, all right, today class, we're gonna do just the science part. Today we're gonna just do English and social studies. Like that whole construct was made to not promote our spiritual growth, to promote that masculine logic part of the brain, and promote like us locking ourselves down. But where was I? See, oh, speaking on like how I'm be diving on certain information all over the place, but I want to speak on for sure a crystal meditation / visualization exercise. This is something again that I kind of, you know, just channeled on my own. And when I say channel, there's a difference. Like there's levels. I ain't even say levels, but say for instance, in the context of when I say channel, in most cases is another word for clear cognizant. You know, like I got a thought that came from somewhere outside of my own immediate consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Like, but in a lot of cases, though, channeling really means too, though, it's like channeling a person. Like I'm channeling Bob Marley, I'm channeling Michael Jackson, I'm channeling this person. You know, in the terms of like I'm being a medium for this person to speak through me in essence. And then you got the human terminology of like, well, like say for instance on a level like when I do music and I channel Pimp C. So in essence I'm like making, like I'm sounding like Pimp C, know what I'm talking about, and doing all that there. You know, like that's a you could be channeling on that level as well. You see how I just gave y'all the information that's supposed to be about crystals anyway. You know, that's the different levels of channeling and how people you know, look at it. But I'm speaking more in the clear cognizant. Like where I was just sitting down, I was about to say I was just sitting down walking. I was just walking, you know, on my little way, and I was listening to some video talking about some other stuff, and whoo, hey, use your crystal quartz to one to magnetize energy and one to amplify visualization. So that's what I'm presenting. So what you want is 2 pieces of crystal quartz. Now you do want to know and learn like formations. Different quartz have different formations. Like this is a double terminated. It is also extra terminated because it has extra terminations. It is also a phantom because it has another crystal that was growing inside. And it's also an Isis because it has a 5-faceted side. I don't know, it's going to be hard to focus that in. But Isis quartz has one side, like one facet, has 5 sides to it. And all the different formations are accompanied with different type of vibrational energies that go along with them. So in doing this exercise, I would tell you to just stick to, you know, any little normal quartz, but use whatever quartz you have, you know. But also, though, with dealing with quartz, just also remember to educate yourself on the different formations and what type of vibrations they give off. Because you may be doing, say, for instance, a meditation to amplify joy and abundance, to be optimistic, but then you're working with a crystal quartz type of formation that makes you dig deep into your Akashic records and figure out what hindering things is messing up your life. So that'll kind of mess you up, because here it is, you're looking to reach for joy, but this quartz, the way the formation of this quartz is gonna make you kind of analyze old things to go through it, to transmute it and get rid of it. But now is not the time for that. So again, you want to be aware of what type of quartz you're using. But I tell people just the simple quartz points, just a regular little quartz point. This not no I think these are called like little generators, like the little stubs. There's also a manifestation quartz, or like a phantom, because they have a phantom in here as well. But just be aware of that. But again, just take your 2 quartz. And also remember, before you program your quartz, if you have been programming it for other things, remember to, take that task at hand away, you know what I'm saying? As above, so below. Just like what we focus on grows. And if we programming ourselves to focus on a certain thing, in order to move to something different, we got to take our focus off of where it was and go to the next spot. Same thing with our crystals as far as programming them. You program it to amplify certain energy. Now you want to tell your quartz, hey, I want to remove the programming that I gave you previously. You know what I'm saying? Neutralize that programming, and just any words that you could just, talk to your quartz and let it know to let go of the programming that you previously put into it, because you're about to, reprogram it or put another program into it. And what you want to do, you want to take 1 quartz and you want to tell it, hey quartz, I want you to amplify the vibration of magnetism. I want you to amplify the vibration of magnetism of all the things I love, all the things that my soul desire. I want you to magnetize that energy and amplify the magnetism of that energy. So basically 1 quartz, you want to tell it to generally amplify the magnetic vibration within your auric field, and also dealing with bringing in the things you love. So you want to amplify the magnetism of your auric field to bring in the things you love. That's what you want one of the quartz to amplify. Then the other quartz you want to amplify your visualization abilities, are basically like decalcifying the pineal gland or opening up the pineal gland. You could either ask it to, which I wouldn't do that, open up the pineal, because that would be an exercise within itself. At this point, for this exercise, you need to be done decalcified your pineal gland. So that's another lesson. Go to one of the older videos for that. But you want to tell the other quartz to amplify the ability of visualizations, you know what I'm saying? Amplify your extrasensory perception and visualization abilities so that you can visualize, what you're trying to manifest. Because we are, again, as much as we try to go into all these different things of, I got to do this and do that to make things happen, what we really have to do is just focus on what we want to happen, and it, and it's going to grow and it's going to happen. So again, and that's why amplifying your extrasensory perception helps with that, and that's why somebody's trying to calcify your pineal gland, to keep you from having that amplified perception and being able to visualize on a higher level so that you can manifest. Remember, the Philosopher's Stone, the Ark of the Covenant, you know what I'm saying, could just move things just in a snap of a finger. That's our psychokinesis, you know what I'm saying, psychokinetic abilities that the Nephilim reptilians are jealous of, you know what I'm saying. But again, you want to amplify the vibration of, you want to amplify your visualizations and your extrasensory perception. So 1, quartz is programmed to amplify the magnetism of your auric field or your torus field, in essence, to bring the things you love closer to you, whichever way you could word that best for your being. And then the other one, you want to tell it to amplify your extrasensory perception, your metaphysical abilities like visualizations and all those, like clear cognizance, clear touch, like where you could, like right now, if you close your eyes and you envision being in a new car, and we all got different, our Clair abilities are, all of us have different strengths with Clair abilities. So say, for instance, right now, if I told all of y'all to visualize the inside of a car, a new car. Some of you are going to be able to smell that new car smell more than the next. Some of you are going to be able to feel that new leather better than the other person could feel it. One of you will be able to hear the motor running better than the other person. And then some of us, visualizations is on point where we could feel, touch, hear, but that, and two, let that be an exercise. So just now, if you visualize that car, or you went to visualize that new car, whatever aspects that you had trouble with, that's what you need to strengthen. So say, for instance, if you couldn't really pick up on the new car smell when you was going there in that visualization, then you need to work more on your Clair abilities of, I forgot what's the one of smell, but your Clair abilities dealing with smell. If you had trouble touching it when you visualized it, then you want to work on your Clair abilities dealing with touch. But that's another thing as well, to get into, is seeing your strong points with your Clair abilities. Another, as a matter of fact, let me do another one right quick. Let's see. Put yourself at a family reunion or some type of gathering with the people you love and with food that you love, and visualize, the tables being set, the vibrations of the people, See how strong you feel. Could you really see it good? If you really see it good, then you have a strong clairvoyance, and that's in the clear seeing, like that's voyant. So clear seeing, So you're real good at the seeing part. One of you was like, bro, I tasted, as soon as you said that, I tasted my grandmother's stuffing, vegan stuffing, of course. But I tasted my so your Clair tasting abilities are very strong, So again, you see what your strong points and what you want, or what you should work on, is the the weaker points. Because again, the stronger we're able to visualize and the longer we're able to visualize, like that's why they got the 17-second rule, and then like the 30-something second rule was, if you hold a thought or focus on something for so long, it ends up manifesting. That's why it's important for meditation. Your brain, the brain, or say for instance your being, your higher self, only answers to what you're giving out. So if you got all this little so-and-so problems and all this gossip bouncing around in your brain, that's kind of manifesting, It's staying in the manifestation circle because it's part of what you focus on. It's popping up in your conscious focus. So you're not allowed to focus on just manifesting the car you want, or the house, or whatever, because you got all this drama going on. You got CNN News, you got this one and that one, gossip going on in your brain, so you're not able to focus on what you're trying to get done. And that's why it's important to keep yourself away from these type of vibrations and these people or whatever, when you focusing on your soul purpose and what you're trying to manifest, because these things is throwing doo-doo on your track, basically, and messing up your track. So getting back to so with the crystals, you want to amplify magnetization, you want to amplify visualization or extrasensory perception. You want to hold them in your hands, and you want to make this an exercise that you do at least 10 minutes a day. So and this, besides meditation, so you're already meditating, at least 50 minutes a day, at least one little sitting, and I'm saying at least 15 because now is the time to step our game up. If you're just starting, 5 minutes, but things is getting a little, try your best, but aim for like 10 to 15 minutes a day, at least, because it really should be a little more than that. I do mine like how we were taught to do prayer, like as soon as I wake up, first thing, like before I could start a conversation with somebody and throw some doo-doo on my track, I'm meditating and clearing, and now I could take whatever, because now I'm clear, I'm good. But that's what I was gonna say. What we focus on grows. So already with meditation, you want to add this exercise and incorporate this also with meditation, whenever you see fit though. But basically 10 minutes a day we should be visualizing. Just sit for 10 minutes, and it's easier than meditation because we want to be doing visualizations. So in this moment, like so for this crystal meditation visualization, you want to sit down and you want to envision, you know, for one, you know, because again, you amplifying your visionary abilities or Clair abilities, and you amplified your magnetism. So what you're doing is you're visualizing your torus field, your magnetic torus field, you know, that little donut. And you are in the eye of the storm. You are in that eye, you know. That's why, you know, eye and eye, the eye, third eye, you're in the eye of the Taurus, you know, eye. But envision yourself being, you know, in that Taurus field. And envision, like, all the things that you love and desire just coming into that Taurus field. And it could be on some, because again, this realm is on things that cannot be perceived to our human level. So you could envision a big mansion going into your Taurus field, go from big to, you know, whatever it is, the car, your family, situations with your family and friends, you know, where you're visualizing, like, one of my favorite visualizations is visualizing all my family and my mom, especially my mom, but envisioning all my family at my new crib, you know what I'm saying, with all my crystals everywhere and everybody enjoying themselves, you know. And when you go there too, the visualizations, you also want to reach for visualizations that's going to bring strong emotions and feelings, because that's also, like, when you really go there, think about it, like if I bring up a old rap song, or if an old rap song start playing and it's from a time, a place from back in the day, but like when you hear it, it's like instantly, like your whole being goes back to being 11 years old again, or 20 years old again, or 40, however younger, you know what I'm saying, going back to your younger years, you know what I'm saying. But that music could bring you back to that dimension, you know what I'm saying. Same type of vibration. So again, you know, you want to envision things that bring strong emotions to, you know, to the situation, like things that you really, you know, love, like on that high type of level. So again, you want to sit down for 10 minutes, you know, incorporate breathing, of course. This one doesn't have to necessarily be Kundalini, so it could be inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And all that. In fact, and also envision too, sometimes with your breath, envision with that exhale, all the negativity and pessimism, you know, leaving out your body, like all that bullcorn just coming out of if you're an empath or whatever, it's very sensitive to energy, like everybody else's energy coming out of you, you know what I'm saying? But you want to sit down and just visualize, you know, for at least 10 minutes a day, because it also creates neuroplasticity. Look up, I got videos on neuroplasticity, but look up neuroplasticity. It's creating new pathways, neural pathways within the brain, you know what I'm saying. Instead of going with those old habits, you know, it's creating a new pathway, you know what I'm saying. And that's basically neuroplasticity, is like your own bio surgery, basically like a plastic surgery, you know, that you're doing to your own brain, you know, just by doing different activities. But again, I digress. But 10 minutes a day. You see how I just keep, because really all it is about is, again, I don't have to go deeper into what you're doing. It's basically just visualizing. You got your crystals, sit down in a quiet place, and you just visualizing all the things you love and desire, all the things that are in alignment with your soul purpose, the things that you truly love, you know, like just visualize it coming to you, you know, coming at the top of the vortex, you know, and vision, and which I try not to add too much in visualizations, because again, the more you visualize, it's almost like lifting weights. It could become a task that's like, say for instance, some of us not ready to envision too much stuff, you know what I'm saying, that could throw us off. So, because I was going to say, also envision like some of the things that, you know, the old habits or things that's no longer serving you, leaving out the bottom of your torus field, you know what I'm saying. But if that's a little bit too much, if that's a little bit too much visualizations for you, at least just focus on seeing the things that you truly love coming into the top of your vortex, you know, and just coming in magnetized. Just, and matter of fact, if you're real good with your visualization, you see it coming quick, like peep. You know how like if you turn on a strong magnet and all the metal just like come to it like that. You could also have a visualization like that. Envision like all that counts. Like envision turning a knob, like a magnetism on, and like, and then all of a sudden all the things you love just, you know what I'm saying? But envision like, you know, feel yourself holding the money and sharing it with others. You know, like if you want to be a philanthropist, you know, feel that money exchanging hands to that young entrepreneur or whatever entrepreneur that you're sharing it with. You know what I'm saying? Like, envision yourself eating that health food within your mansion. You know, envision, you know, that bubble bath in your crystal quartz bathtub. You know what I'm saying? Like, envision these things. Like, ooh, it just made me feel good just telling it to y'all. Like, again, though, you know, visualizations that bring in strong emotions, and we magnetize it. We're moving into the divine feminine energy, so, you know, magnetic energy, you know, we're more magnetic with the manifestation instead of fiery. I gotta be outward and hands-on. I gotta be physical. You know, it's gonna take balance, of course, but it's coming more from that magnetized place where we're gonna be doing less, you know, physical things to manifest and just allowing things to come to us more, because it is that balance of where you're still gonna have some physical things that are there to take care of, but it's gonna be doing those things off of inspired impulses. Like when you catch the inspiration and it's like, all right, I feel inspired to make some jewelry and go sit on the boardwalk today. Then that's, you know, and that's what it is today on the physical level. And one day it might be like, man, just relax and, you know, let the jewelry sales come to you, or whatever, you know, whatever the case may be. But it's you know, a little bit of that balance. But that's basically it. And like 10 minutes a day, every day, again, creating that neuroplasticity. Reason why it's easier for us to pick up that cigarette every day when you, like, say for if you're a person that you know, smoked the cigarettes or whatever. Like when I used to smoke Black and Milds and stuff like that, and I could feel it hurting me and harming me every pull down there. But it's like the addiction, you know, because it's habit, like what I'm used to. And a lot of us with oral fixation, you know, we're just the habit of, in fact, 'cause that's what I used to do whenever, like, I would want to like slow down on my herb smoking. Like I have certain parts of the day where if I'll do my conscious breathing, but I also would literally sit there and go, like, cause literally, like, a lot of us are solely addicted to that, like doing that motion and feeling a little heat. That's why they started them vape pens, which I wouldn't teach his own. Like I try my best not to replace something, to quit something, you know. Like if I'm trying to quit, I just want to try to quit, you know, because that's the main little bait and switch situation with the pharmacy. Like, it's like, to quit heroin, I'm gonna give you oxycodone. To quit oxycodone, I'm gonna give you methadone. To quit methadone, I'm gonna give you this, you know what I'm saying? And which I don't know if I said, you know, that's no particular order in essence, but which I might have said one of them right, but you know, that's the whole lesson. To take you off of this, I'm gonna give you this. And it's like, nah, you know. But before I go off on to whole nother tangent, forget where we are. Definitely, like, oh yeah, just the importance of, you know, doing any and all focused meditations, man, at least 10 times, at least 10 minutes a day, you know, and you building that momentum. You know what I'm saying? You put more and more into the vortex, and it's getting bigger. And then too, just like so how I was saying, like with addiction, like your addiction to cigarettes is just through the habit of, you know, because the moment you take a stand and put them down more and more you get addicted to the other half of life of not having a cigarette in your hand. It's like, ooh, like damn, that inhale felt good. Like my lungs felt strong just now. You know what I'm saying? Like you get that old sober feeling back, and it's like now you got a chance to get addicted to the sober you. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause that's what happened to me. It's like when I got a glance of me not drinking anymore and, you know, not doing all this other stuff, I'm like, ooh, bro, I love this, you know. And then plus it's a new experience to me. I never felt that sober since I was a little kid in that sense, you know what I'm saying? So of course, to have like a mature brain and be clean, it was like, bro, like, word. Like I'm a little smarter, like, you know, like, all right. You know, but it's definitely important the focus of visualization. What we focus on grows. I won't get too deep into this, but the science behind it, like the slit experiment with the electrons, when they had 2 little slits with 2 holes in it, and it had one barrier. So you have one barrier, so picture one barrier with 2 holes in it for the electrons to pass through, and then another barrier behind it to record the situation, so to record and see, you know, what hole, what electron went through. So when they would observe, like when the scientists would observe the experiment, you know, it would basically run good, you know, normal in the essence of like, well, you know, some electrons would go through one hole, or some electrons go through the other hole, but just normal activity, you know what I'm saying, in essence. But then whenever they wouldn't observe the experiment and just let it run and just view the results, it would show like it would show something amazing. Basically, it would show that all possibilities happen. You know, so basically, whenever before we focus on a situation, all possibilities are able to happen. That's that 99.9 dark matter. You know, it's that potential. You know what I'm saying? But the slit experiment showed that with our own focus, our focus manifests or basically manipulates matter in essence. You know, psychokinesis in essence. So basically, too, when they didn't view the experiment and just looked at the results, it showed that the electrons passed through both. The electrons basically passed through both holes at once. Did not pass through any holes. Wait, how it go? I don't want to slaughter. Matter of fact, I wrote some of this down. Matter of fact, before I say anything. Let's see. Yep. Like, so regularly, like, some would pass through one slit, and then some would pass through 2 slits. But then whenever they wasn't looking, it showed all possible results. Like it basically showed like it passed through the slits, and it didn't pass through the slits. So in other words, showing that like it didn't, you know what I'm saying? In other words, like all possibilities were there until the scientists started looking at the experiment, and then they put a certain focus on it to create a certain outcome. So again, what we focus on grows, you know what I'm saying? Well, wherever our focus is, that's where chi energy goes, you know what I'm saying? That's where the electrons go. So basically, too, like the electrons is everywhere, potentially. Like electrons is in every place, every second, you know what I'm saying? Potentially, until we put them in a certain place with our focus, you know what I'm saying? Like the potential to you know, have this crystal quartz is there, but then when I focus on it, bam, it manifested. And you see, the problem with the situation, we think that psychokinesis, which it is that on a high level, but we think that it's not working if we don't just like, boom, make a crystal manifest in my hand out of thin air. Like, you know, no, like it comes through your thoughts in a way of like, again, like if I focus on wanting a piece of quartz, then I'm gonna end up finding, I'm gonna go on Instagram to go just do some regular work, and then a sponsored ad about crystals on Etsy gonna pop up, you know what I'm saying, about somewhere I could buy quartz from, you know. That's your mind, you know what I'm saying, physically focus in a certain area, making these electrons, you know, go in a certain place, you know. So our focus energy manifest things. And again, down to like with you know, what you focus on grows. So whatever you want to grow, you want to focus on. So again, back to this, I'm about to finish the video. You know, 10 minutes a day, just visualizing all the things that you truly love, you know, that your soul desires and really, you know, want to manifest. 10 minutes. So doing your breathing. Of course, you probably want your back straight. Or if not, you could just relax, you know. Matter of fact, another thing too, this exercise is for you to be extremely comfortable as well. So whether you laying in a bed or whatever, you know what I'm saying, get as comfortable as you need to get in order for your to amplify your visualization. So whatever position makes you feel like, all right, I could really close my eyes and visualize things in this position, then go with it. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. That's another thing about our growth. You know, of course, these books tell us about all these postures, and this is the way you're supposed to do this, and this is the. But man, we coming down with new information. Plus, we're all uniquely different. So always be aware to just follow your heart too with things, whatever feels right to you. But peace, like Nixon. Peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now.